Okay, so let's go over those essential questions. Mitosis and meiosis is not new to us. We're just diving deeper into sexual and asexual reproduction at the cellular level. Okay? So, those essential questions. With a show of your fingers, 1, 2, 3, or 4. 1, I ain't got it. 2, I need some more help. 3, yeah, quiz me. 4, Miss High, sit down, I can teach this. How confident are you in answering these 3 questions? What are mitosis and meiosis? 1, 2, 3, or 4. I mean, I really would expect you to be at a 2 on that first one after last week. Okay? Alright? How about the second question? What occurs at different phases in cell division? 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let me see those fingers. 1, I ain't got it. 4, Miss Ice, I can teach that.
5.
Alright. And how are mitosis and meiosis similar and different? Same thing. 1, 2, 3, or 4.
How many questions do we have?
Okay.
4.
Alright. The next 4 slides is straight vocabulary. At the top of your paper, you're going to write mitosis and meiosis. Okay, just the next blank page in your notebook. And in the Q column, I want you to write vocab. Okay, and then you're going to write down all the vocab words and the definitions. And I'm going to give you 10 minutes to get it done. Got it? 10. That means lock in and get it done.
Is this like
It's not doing
Vocabulary. Hold on. And camera on. So, quickly. All right. Cell. The smallest biological unit. You're made of cells. You're made of matter. Cells are matter. Matter cannot be created nor destroyed, only transformed. That's what mitosis and meiosis do. We're not creating new things. We're transforming them to grow. Okay? So, by cell division. So we have cells. They split and make new cells. Last week, we went over all of this. Everything you see here, we went over last week. The difference is now we're putting it into new vocab terms. Okay? So, we have somatic cells and germ cells. Germ cells are the sex cells, like sperm and ova. Okay? Everything else, every other cell in the body is a somatic cell. Somatic cells are made with mitosis. Germ cells are made with meiosis. We call it germ cell, like germinate or germination. Have you ever tried to germinate a seed? Like just take the seed and get it sprouted or rooting before you put it in the soil? That's called germination. That's where we get this idea of sperm cell. You get it started and then it grows quickly. All right. Before this definition, before you wrote it down, so do not look at today's definition, what do we know about chromosomes? What is it? Do not read this one. Okay? We've written down chromosomes 3, 4 different times before today. What do we know they are? Nope, not today. Said that twice already.
Like small strands or genes?
Yeah, it's like strands, thread-like molecules, yeah. Holds the genes. Where do we find them?
So,
In the nucleus in the cell. Okay. Yes, thread-like structure, thread-like molecules. Holds the DNA, it's in the nucleus. Have you ever pulled a string out of your shirt, out of your clothing, and then just kind of wadded it in between your fingers until it got all tightly compacted?
Yeah.
No?
I'm not a psychopath.
Haha. I knew I had extra.
Yo,
Twizzlers.
you said you had no more.
This is my last one. You think I'm sharing my Twizzlers with you? You ain't special.
It's broken.
What are you?
Alright. Yeah.
First.
I'm gonna use one of these.
Like
No? You touch it, you die.
I guess it'll be worth it.
I didn't touch him in his eyes.
Baby, it'll be worth it.
Alright. So,
It's not nice.
chromosomes. Now, we know it's a thread-like structure. Oh, it broke. We know it's a thread-like structure, but it's tightly packed. It's wound together. Okay? It's all, yeah, stuck together. But now we have chromatin. Chromatin are the little stringy bits. It's all DNA, but chromatin is like long, stringy DNA strands. Okay? That's chromatin. Chromosomes are when it's all tightly compacted and it takes on structure. Chromatin, it's just long, stringy bits. Okay? That's the difference.
Put that thing away.
Nope.
I've been a good boy.
Chromatid. What are you so close to me? Chromatid. This is a chromatid. This is a chromatid. This. The individual little legs are chromatids. Okay? So we have our chromosome that's been structured, but the in pieces here are the chromatids. This is going to duplicate itself to make our duplicated chromosome. So this part is an exact copy of this part. And that makes this sister chromatids. That makes this sister chromatids.
What? How do you say it? How do you
So
say it?
what? Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is not a sister chromatid.
It's a brother.
Why not?
Because there's only
What
one.
about four?
Because it's his sister.
Because it's only one. It's not a pair. It's not a copy, right? In the middle, we find the centromere. Central, centromere. If we go back to our microscope picture, we see our chromatids here. We don't see that button-like structure for the centromere, but we do see where it comes together in the middle for that central gathering point. Okay? All right. Have you seen a marionette puppet? You know, the one that has like the wooden tee and the strings that it controls the puppet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I had a bad dream about that.
So, our centrioles are like that wooden tee of a marionette puppet. Okay? It attaches to the spindle fibers. The spindle fibers then control the movement and the structure of the cell when the nuclear envelope starts to break down. Because at some point during these processes, the nuclear envelope will break down and now there's nothing holding this stuff together. So then the spindle fibers control the movement of all of it and control where it goes and provide structure. Controls the chromosomes and where it needs to go. But it can only do that because it attaches to the stuff in the nucleus and to the centrioles. So then the centrioles act like the control of the puppet, and all the stuff that then is in the nucleus is the other end of that puppet. Make sense? It'll make more sense when we start to go through the phases.
Yeah, we built one of those in the sports class.
Probably. When you did your cell models.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed
Yup.
this one.
Alright.
I still have my.
Alright. In the Q column, I want you to write somatic cells. If you haven't done so already, in the Q column, somatic cells. Somatic cells are any cell that isn't a germ cell. In humans, somatic cells contain all 46 chromosomes. They divide by mitosis. And they are found in every part of your body. Here's a list of them.
I like the ways to brain.
Some of you wasted it, some of you used it.
Yeah.
What have you wrote down?
Epithelium. Some weird words. Epidermis.
That's skin. That's skin.
What's lymphocyte?
Lymphocytes?
Yeah.
Or lymphocytes.
Lymphocyte. Looks like
Where?
what are what? The bottom right.
It's not funny.
Lymphocytes including T cells
Oh.
are found in your blood. Well, not exactly your blood, but yeah, in your blood. It's the plasma.
Show me what?
I'm like right now.
She don't have no
I put them down on my school list. I might say it. Alright. Hey, we got vocab. You can do this on your own.
toes.
We're moving forward.
What do we do on those?
Okay. In the Q column, cell division by mitosis. Cell division by mitosis. That goes in the Q column. There's 3 bullet points here. Okay? And this is all stuff we know already. That cell division by mitosis is when somatic cells result in two cells that are exact copies of the parent cell. Okay? There's 2 diploid cells, that di meaning two diploid cells, and mitosis is just one set of stages. Cell division by mitosis.
She already said that.
What is it? Cell division by mitosis.
What's the word?
That's not
Cell
funny.
division by mitosis.
What'd you say?
You sure that's your only Twitter?
Even my own Twitter.
You
You
didn't
said
mention on that.
She said that last time she went back in there with her.
That is a lot.
Sometimes.
Talk about the Twizzlers, guys.
Get your head out together.
Alright, that sounds like we get to move on. Alright. Hey, we're still under the same Q column here. I just want you to add that cell division by mitosis, it creates new cells for growth and repair. Though we know that it cannot actually create leaves. Where are your tissues, Lee?
I don't know. Already probably put scissors in them.
I should just keep on my list.
Okay.
You'll have him in 2 years.
Hey, after a cell goes through mitosis, how many cells are there?
23.
46.
Cells?
92.
Oh, 23.
Cells?
46.
28.
Like
2
2 trillion.
trillion.
2 trillion. Oh, 2 trillion.
2.
2.
Look at me go!
There's 2.
I said,
Two.
I said, what did I have to do? Yeah, and I said 2. His brain was like, 2. No, I wasn't looking though. I wasn't looking though. I had it down though. Where you got it down? Oh, I have it down.
Alright, mitosis in the Q column. Mitosis in the Q column. Mitosis is used during asexual reproduction. But we know that already.
Indeed.
Because we talked about it when we discussed budding and vegetative reproduction, and binary fission, and fragmentation. Not yet. Yeah. Did we?
No.
No, we took a quiz over genetics and inherited traits. Not this. Not yet.
I did pretty good on that first.
You did really good this day.
Three. That's flat.
Somebody's hitting back there.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, same Q column.
Oh man.
Still under mitosis.
Why did you?
Why does this look like our cutouts?
I heard that.
I wonder.
Well, sus.
Okay, again, we're still under mitosis in the Q column. There are 4 basic phases. Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and cytokinesis.
What's the last one?
Cytokinesis. Okay, do that again. 4 basic phases. Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase with cytokinesis. These are always in this order. They do not get out of order. It will sequentially go prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase with cytokinesis. We call this the cell. You too. We call this the cell cycle.
Do we write any of that?
Yeah, you write all of this.
Oh.
See, 4 basic phases. Sequential order called the cell cycle. It results in 2 diploid cells that are genetically identical to the parent.
What happened?
For my cash again.
W2.
Oh god. Size. I don't want to do this next slide.
We're going to keep going.
No.
Interphase. Interphase was not one of the 4 basic phases. So what is it?
Oddball out.
Hello? Anyone?
What?
Interphase was not one of the 4 basic phases. So what was it? What is it?
No, it's not one of those
Metaphase.
main phases.
Metaphase.
It's the phase above all.
Carson.
What?
Prophase.
Phase above all.
Sort of. It's in between.
What?
Yeah.
Not above all.
Metaphase.
All right. Interphase is between mitosis cycles. During interphase, this is when we see the chromatin at its lucius.
So there's actually 5. You just don't talk about it.
It depends. I would make it prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and cytokinesis be its own, but it depends on the source material. During interphase, the cell grows in preparation for division. What do you see where the centrioles are? Describe the centrioles to me. You see them yellow?
Yeah.
Okay, what else? They're exploding.
It's the sun for another solar system.
Are they together, apart.
Together.
They're together. Yeah. During interphase, the centrioles are gathered together having a party.
One thing leads to another, and they make
Whereas all the chromatin here in the nucleus is starting to duplicate and replicate and make copies to make that duplicate chromatids or chromosomes with sister chromatids. So it was all loosey-goosey chromatin, and then they start to replicate and make two of them. So now you got sister chromatids. Where do we find the chromatin during interphase?
In between.
in the middle.
The middle.
It's hard to see on my screen because you can't see the cell wall.
In the center.
What was the question? Well, my calculation got correct.
I can see it. It's like a little egg.
Where is the chromatin during interphase?
Right there.
Where is that?
The blue part.
What is that?
The nucleus.
Nucleus!
Wow.
Nucleus.
Where's the blue? There.
Alright. Let's get into prophase. Nucleus wasn't hard to see. The cell itself is hard to see.
It's a little transparent.
Yeah. Alright, prophase. This is the first phase of mitosis. So the chromosomes have already formed. Now they're starting to gather together. And they become visible under a microscope. Our spindle fibers are forming. And our centrioles have busted up the party. They're attaching themselves to the spindle fibers and starting to stretch. The nuclear membrane is breaking down.
Besides,
Yep,
so that's what these are.
we're going to get into that in a minute. Yep, probably tomorrow.
Right here.
Okay, what prophase?
In general.
We're talking about prophase.
No, not just the slide, like the whole slide show.
Mitosis and meiosis. This is mitosis.
It's the second phase, huh?
Okay. Prophase is the first phase of mitosis. The chromosomes that formed during interphase are now condensing so we can see them. Not so we can see them under the microscope, but we know because we can see them under the microscope. The centrioles started moving toward the poles, which a cell doesn't actually have poles. What we know is they're separating to be as far apart as they can possibly be. And the spindle fibers are forming and attaching to the centrioles. The nuclear membrane is breaking down. If the nuclear membrane is breaking down, what's in the nucleus not protected by the nuclear membrane anymore? What's in the nucleus?
So,
Chromosomes.
Chromosomes.
I'll say it first, buddy.
There we go. Alright, I think we got one more slide in us. Yeah?
Yeah, I think we do. I think we do, Mitosis.
Alright. Metaphase.
The second phase.
Metaphase is the second phase. So, the centrioles have moved to the far opposite ends of the cell as they possibly can. Whether it's this way, whichever way, that they're as far apart as they can possibly be. The spindle fibers have formed, and they have pulled all of the chromosomes into a line that now divides the cell in half. So all our chromosomes are lined up here, dividing our cell in half. It's still one cell, but we're getting ready to split. Okay? So, chromosomes are guided by the spindle fibers and they line up in the middle. Our centrosomes are here at the opposite ends, attached to the spindle fibers, ready to pull. We need to define centrosomes now, because that's a new vocab word. Centrosomes is an organelle near the nucleus that holds or contains the centrioles, and that's where the spindle fibers develop. I know. Polyphase was started
Is that
from
another
too.
Twizzler this size?
No, it's the same one. It's the what
She makes
mine
no
was.
choice. An organelle, spindle fibers develop themselves. So basically, my calculations are correct. Thank you, man.
Alright. One.
Wait till we get this slide.
Alright.
Oh.
We're going to go ahead and stop at metaphase because that's where the majority of everybody stopped today. So,
Really went up and
Oh.